so you have gotten through so much of building your business. Now, this is really one of the big pieces is market analysis. You've got to understand who are you working with, who are you working against, who like how does the market see you, how does the market see your business, and how does the market see your competition? Because we want to talk to our ideal client all day every day, and we want to like build our business around them. We also want to make sure that they see us in the public. And so this exercise is we're going to kind of look from the outside looking in. So instead of us being on the inside looking out, we're going to be on the outside looking in, and we're going to analyze not only our own business, but we're going to analyze our competitors' business as well. So first things first, this is the market analysis worksheet. What you're going to do is watch this video, of course. And once you watch this video, you're going to start using this worksheet. So there are 3 tabs on here that you want to pay attention to. One more thing also before we really get into it is make sure that you make a copy of this worksheet. Please do not request edit access. If you want me to review it, you need to add Linnea at linneacarver.com to the editors in Google. And that's the only way that I'll be able to review it. So if you don't do that, or you don't link it for me inside your Slack channel, then I won't be able to see it. So make sure you do that. Make sure you make a copy, save it in your Google Drive. But that's what we got to do with this one. Okay, so a few things. We're going to start with listing 10 competitors. So you're going to analyze 10 competitors. So this exercise should take a while, unless you do this all in one day, but a lot of us don't have time. So it should probably take you a little bit of time, about a week or so to do it. But you want to list 10, and I'll kind of go through what that looks like here in a second. You're going to fill out the spreadsheet for each competitor using the framework that I give you. You're going to do things like look for patterns, identify strengths and weaknesses. You're going to find opportunities that you can be different. And then you're going to utilize what you learn to refine your strategy and make it even better. So we want to really remember that this is just another piece of the puzzle, right? Your ideal clients and what they say they want from you and what they say they need from you and their triggers and their emotion words and the things that we're learning around that and in your vision and your story and telling stories and being in front of them. Those are all other pieces of the puzzle. This is just another piece of the puzzle because we've got to be able to look in and see what does the market see? Because you want to stand out in your marketplace. So you've got to be able to show people how you do that online. Really, you can do it obviously in person, but really your opportunity to show people is at a higher level is online. So while you're working on this, start thinking about other things like going to other people's events. So if you have MLS networking, Facebook groups, first of all, be a part of that. But then if they have in-person events, go to those. Go visit other agents at other open houses. Get on panels with other people. Just do whatever classes or CE or webinars or things that you can to consider like how do they show up? The more you can get to know them in person, the more you can know how you can differentiate yourself. I really don't like to look at this as like competitors because I really think that, the only competitor really is what's inside. But the general public does look at you versus someone else and think it's competition. So you have to kind of keep that in mind, right? Do the work here. Again, like your ideal client, don't just rely on assumptions. Those are really, really important. You've got to actually do the work. I want you to think about things that are like the people who are micro competitors, not just the big ones. Okay. And vice versa. If you are in the top of your market, think about the people who are not in the top of your market and what are they doing so they can get there. Okay. So think about these people who are different tiers and different levels than you too, because the competition is not necessarily just about how much production they do, but it's like what are they doing in their business? How are they showing up for people? Like those are the things you want to pay attention to. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself, stick to the facts, dig in and really see what you're doing. I'm going to show you how I do this. And remember, this is to be updated regularly. Just like your ideal client is always going to change, just like your marketing package is always going to change, just like your vision is always going to evolve, this is going to as well. So I would add this to your weekly 12-week check-in, business check-in, as just something you may have to go do and update and do a little bit more analysis on a different competitor at that time. And use what you learned to improve your own business. So you're going to see there is an AI prompt suggestion on here. And I have that because what I want you to do is, after you gather all the information, I want you to help get a second eye on things. I want AI to help you analyze differently for themes and messages, strengths and weaknesses, and opportunities. So it's a SWOT analysis, right? So that's really what I want you to be able to do with this. So spread the second tab here is the definitions. So if you want to know what the definitions are here, that's all identified for you here. So if you ever have a question, just come back to this and it will tell you what the definition is for. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. So like I said, you have to identify 10 of your competitors. So I have this here: top 1, top 2, top 3, MLS, 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 GBP, GBP, GBP. So there's 10. And I'll tell you what these mean. So top 1, top 2, and top 3 are like the top agents just off the top of my head. These are the people that I see whenever I drive my neighborhood. These are the people that I get their mail in my inbox. These are the people that, like, I just know their name. I just know that they are a massive competitor in my industry or my market, or a massive player in my market because I've had a conversation with them or whatever. These are just like the top 3 off the top of your head, because we usually have those. Okay. So those top 3. Then I want you to go into your MLS and I want you to pull the top ranking. So you can pull based off of number of units, you can pull based off of volume sold. And let me actually, when I say top, let me identify top ranking is if you are at, the $100,000 GCI level and you're trying to get to a $500,000 GCI level. Those are the agents you want to look for. Okay, so if you're currently selling 10 homes and you want to sell 20, I want you to find in the MLS 3 agents, the top 3 who are selling around 20 homes, who are selling the volume that you want to do. So these here are the people that, of course, we know who they are because we see their name all the time. These here are the people who are in that level that you want to be at. And then GBP is Google Business. So this is a really simple way to find this. You just go here to Google and you go real estate agents near me. And we're going to scroll down. We're not going to pull up these ones who are here. These are sponsored. They're paying to be there. So we want to scroll down. We want to scroll down to business. And we see that there's 3 here. So these are the 3 that we want to put on our spreadsheet, the top 3. And the reason I say these is because these people are all showing up. These are organic. And this is where these are really, really powerful. So they're showing up because of multiple different reasons, but they're organic. And that's why we want to have them be on our market analysis. So again, top 1, top 2, top 3 are the 3 that you just think of when you drive your neighborhood, or you just know that there are big players in your market. MLS, this is where these are 3 people in the MLS that rank where you want to be. And then Google Business is people that are showing up organically. So the 10th one, this is a freebie. So you can choose anything. You can choose the top 4. You can choose the 4th person in the MLS. You can choose another GBP person. You can choose your best friend. You can choose your best friend because they're a major player in your industry, or in your market, or you just really like what they do. So you can choose your best friend. Now, if you don't know how to use your MLS to find other real estate agents and the volume that they do, then another place you could do is go to Zillow. So Zillow, or even realtor.com, and you could just put your current location in here and you could just see what it pulls up for you, right? So this is going to pull up anything that's in my area, and it's going to pull up these agents. So some of these agents might be different than what you have on here. So that would be great. If maybe they're not in your top 3, like if the top 3 are, like, let's just pretend in my example, the top 3 were these 3 here. Okay. I obviously would not want to use them here under MLS rank. I would maybe want to use a couple others. The other thing is I want to look at like number of homes sold. So if I'm looking at number of homes in the last 12 months, and let's pretend I wanted to sell 50 homes in the last 12 months, those would likely be someone that I would use, right? So I would be, okay, well, this person sold 50, this person sold 30, this person sold 11, this person sold 86. So that's how I would choose. So again, if you like, the top 3 are the people that come to the top of your mind, the top of mind. In fact, let's just do this top of mind. I'm going to call this top of mind, TOM. So top of mind 1, okay? Top of mind 2. So these are top 3 people. And then the MLS rank. So if you don't, again, know how to use MLS to pull rankings, you can simply go into the Zillow, and you can find it based off of homes here, because Zillow's going to be Zillow. I mean, it's pretty good at keeping records. So you could look and say, okay, well, I want to sell 50 homes in the next 12 months. So I'm going to look at these people and I'm going to write their name down. Okay. So you're going to put their names on here. So their name here, Linnea Carver. Okay. Whoever these people are. These are who you're going to be here. What brokerage are they with? That's easy. And then you're actually going to do a Google search. So you're going to search in this particular example. You're going to search for Linnea Carver. And you're going to go and you're going to fill in all the profiles that you can. So on this worksheet here, you're going to see link to Facebook, Instagram, business, LinkedIn, YouTube, Google Business, social media platform. If there's anything else like TikTok, whatever that I missed, X, whatever, and website URL. So you should be able to get all of that information from the first page of their search. Now, the great thing is if you don't find a lot of information and you think they're a top competitor, it's right there pointed out like what's the point of difference, right? So you already can probably figure that out just by this first section. Okay. So then the second thing you're going to do is you want to try to find out if you can see any offerings. If you can see any offerings. So one way to do this is to just search. Like if you're looking at Linnea Carver, you're going to have to do a little bit of research, which is why I say it can take time. If you click in my website, where do you see what I offer? What is my offer, right? Am I a traditional real estate agent who just has her landing page with like a buyer education? Like, is this all the same? If there's nothing really that stands out, that's it. Like there's no offer per se. Okay. So that's what you want to look for is where's something, what is their offer? And their offer might just be a home value. Their offer might be a buyer download or whatever. Like what is the offer? So for me, it's thedreammethod.com. And that is actually a landing page that we have to readjust, but that's what it is. Okay. And then you want to see what the offer is. So let's pretend it was let's pretend Linnea did an offer for get your home value. Okay. Seller resources. Okay. So Linnea's offer is seller resources, 6 tips to get started now, successful selling strategies. So maybe there's that one, but let's pretend that you're like, 6 tips to get started now. Okay, cool. So that's what you would do. You would be like 6 tips to get started now. And you would put that in here and you would say, here's the link, offer title, 6 tips to get started now. Okay. And then promised results. Okay. So if you're looking at the 6 tips, are there any promised results? Is she offering anything here that is promised? The answer is no. So there's no promised results. So you would put no, right? The format would be website or web page, whatever, right? If there's a download, it's a checklist, it's a guide, what is that? And what's the length or the duration of this? Like this, if my actual guide is a 16-page guide, but like 6 tips to get started now is like maybe a 2-minute read, right? So I would put 2-minute read. Okay. Then you want to think about like their landing page. Okay. The landing page, which would be for, if they have the link here, you'd want to think about that landing page. Is it clean? Is it clear? Is there contact info? Okay. Is there a target audience? What is the key messaging? What's the format of it, right? There's no, for 6 tips to get started now, the format is text. The visual design and layout. Yeah, I mean, I'm missing. There's definitely some opportunity. Like it's kind of weird. Like there's, I see that it's not consistent. The font doesn't look to be consistent. The font is like bold in some areas, not bold in other areas. So it looks a little inconsistent. So I would put that. I'd say inconsistent font layout, design, etc. Hard to read. And then I would put target audience sellers, right? It's very generic sellers. And you want it to be, if they need to be as generic as possible, cool. And what's the key messaging? Well, in this one, it's 6 tips to get started now is like, you want to sell things to do to sell your house is the key messaging. Okay. So that's what you're going to do in this section. Okay, so then what we're going to do here is when it says paid services or products, essentially what we're trying to do is figure out we're trying to figure out if they can figure out what they charge, what they offer to their clients, and if there's anything that they charge for upfront, because a lot of times people will have that, service product description. I mean, if you can't find anything, you can't find anything. But what's their average price point, right? And you can easily find that on the MLS. You can easily find that here. Like if you were to just pull up somebody here, average price point, you can just see it right here on Zillow. So it's pretty cool. It's super easy to find. So you would just put that in there, $697K, whatever. Promised results. So what kind of results are you getting? So in this particular example of 6 tips, maybe there's nothing here, but what are you getting from the website, right? Is there anything particular on Linnea's website that you're actually getting, that you're seeing up front? I'm not seeing anything up front here, so I might have to dig in a little bit further. Yeah, so this one is like, here's the promise. This is the dream method, right? So it's a hassle-free way to upgrade your home and lifestyle. So I would just copy that and I would say, okay, so hassle-free way to upgrade your home and lifestyle. Key features or steps in the process, and that's if you see anything. So you understand by now that I have a dream method and there's what the steps are, but in this particular example, you can't actually see them, so you don't really know what the different steps are. So unsure or whatever, you can even leave it blank. Okay, so this is how you do the first part of it. So the next thing is we want to go and we want to see what kind of ads they're running. So what are the actual ads that they are running? You can see that I put a link here and it's actually expired. So we're going to delete that from the example here. But in order to find this, we have to use the Facebook ads library. So you can see here that on definitions, I have a link for the Facebook ads library. So all you got to do is click on that. And then once you go to the ads library, you're going to look someone up. So let's just, go to Zillow here and just see, who we use. Let's just, find somebody here. Renaissance Real Estate. Okay, so let's just go and look up ad category here. So United States, housing, and we're gonna you can put your location if you want. That's one way to do it. You can also, this is also another way you can find competitors. So you can put your location. You can actually type in the company. So let's just do eXp Realty. Okay, let's just type eXp Realty. And let's just pretend that eXp Realty is one of my competitors on my worksheet here. So I'm going to say, what kind of ads are we running? Okay, so we see, the A team at eXp Realty. Here's the first one. So this is let's pretend this is one of our competitors. What we're asking here is, what's the ad copy? So it's really easy to read the ad copy. You would just copy it from here. Ad visuals, right? And the ad visual would just be a picture. Like you can click on the ad here. And it actually doesn't let you. So you can see, you go to view ads right here. So picture is a visual here. So it's a picture of the two of them. So photo of two people. Okay. Ad targeting, if you know it, like if you can find it, cool. Sometimes you can't, and that's okay if you can't, but let's just go to see ad details and see what it comes up with. So it doesn't tell us anything other than it's got their YouTube channel. It doesn't really tell us anything for targeting, which is pretty normal. So you're probably not always going to be able to find it. If you can, cool. What is the URL to the ads? So what you would do is you would go to their total ads library here. So if we click on them, you can see all of their ads. And you're just going to want to copy this. And you're going to want to paste that ads library right there, because what's going to happen is you're going to want to go back in later and just see what they're running. So if you were to click on the example in here, that is my ads library, and this is going to show you all the ads that I have run. So right now I have one ad running, just one, but you can filter and you can see like, if you go to the filters, you can see like what's inactive. So you can look at inactive ads just to see like inactive ads for the last 3 years or 4 years here. And it'll show you all of them. So you can see like, here's, a video ad, here's another video ad, here's just a couple other things. So you can go back and look at the ads library for someone as far back as you want. So you're going to want to have that here, because when you go in the future, when you're going in your 12 weeks and you're reanalyzing what they're doing, you want to have it here. So you can easily reference it. Okay, so overall strengths. So when you look at someone, let's say you look at someone's ads, okay, well, there's a lot of video. There's some, this is kind of a variety. So overall strengths, I would say, if I were to look at my own, would be I have a good mix of video and still posts. Some weaknesses are that I could probably have more photos. I could probably have just more photos of myself, right? So I would put strengths, lots of video, branding is consistent. Weaknesses, needs more testimonials, photos, etc. Whatever you happen to see. What are the weaknesses that you see, and where are some opportunities for differentiation? So this is where you could put like, could easily review, like add more Google testimonials, could easily add more of something, whatever. So what are the ways that you could differentiate yourself? Now on these 3 sections here, on 34, 35, and 36, this is where you can use AI. So what you're going to do with AI is you're going to go to your tool and you're going to use the command that I inserted for you. I use Gemini. So here, you're going to use this. And you're going to go and you're going to put, we're just going to add a chat. I'm just going to do a new one here. Okay, I'm a real estate agent in Tacoma, Washington. I want to differentiate my business from my competitors. I will provide you with examples of their marketing materials. Please provide specific examples and actionable insights from each competitor. Make sure to analyze these materials and identify common themes in messaging, strengths and weaknesses, opportunities for differentiation. And you're going to hit OK. And it's going to ask you a series of questions. And then it's going to tell you, like, they need a variety of materials. So let it get done here. And you could easily go in and you could say, here's my insight. So this is everything you need to know about me. Okay, let's see right here. Here is everything you need to know about me. And so if you were to do this first, if you were to like erase my example here and do this for yourself, it's a really easy way to start that, because what's going to happen is it's actually analyzing it right now. So it's saying, well, ChatGPT might be a little better, or you have to change your command a little bit, but this is everything that you need to know about me, and you're going to want to paste that information. You could also at this point go in and just paste in your brand story. Here's my brand story. Here's who I help. You could also use this command, which says, I'm a real estate agent in Tacoma, Washington. I want you to fully comprehend my business, customers, target audience, and goals. Ask me 25 questions so you can create all future content optimized for the best results. Now, if you've been using AI up to this point to help write your brand story, analyze your ideal client, et cetera, this might be redundant information, but it's not bad to redo it and continue to train. So here we are. So this is where it's going to say, here's 25 questions that you should answer. And if you answer these questions about your business and your customers and target audience, then what's going to happen is when you go back and ask it to analyze your competitors' information, then it's going to be able to take it step by step and show what you have. So, like I said, this whole analysis worksheet will probably take a little bit of time because there's a lot that you want to do here. But I'm going to promise you this is totally worth your time. So if you have any questions, please ask it in the Slack cohort or in the Slack channel. And then make sure to share this with me. You want to share, you want to add editor, and you want to go Linnea at LinneaCarver.com, and you want to go admin at LinneaCarver.com. Those are the two people you want to add here as an editor. Then what's going to happen is that we can then see this, make sure that we can comment and help you.